Great. So welcome, guys. Thanks as always for joining me. It's very rainy and drizzly outside, so I've been quite looking forward to this all day and just kind of winding down the day with some nice stretching. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on kind of hip flexors and the front of our body today. Obviously, great if you're kind of closed in with your posture. Um, and if we're feeling a little bit stiff, someone who sits down a lot through the day, then will be great for you. You might want some yoga blocks or cushions or like thick books. Don't worry if you don't have them though. It's not going to be a necessity. But it might just help you to get a little bit deeper into some of the postures. But we are going to come onto the mat and we're going to start cross-legged. If cross-legged is a little bit uncomfortable for you, you can come to kneeling, or we can just have the legs out comfortably, just with a soft bend in the knees. But wherever you are, I want you to think about sitting quite tall. So we're going to start quite active today. We're really drawing in through the core, we're lengthening up through the spine. Take an inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, draw them back and down behind you. Now hold the shoulders there, close your eyes. And just check in with how the body is feeling. We've got a nice natural breath while we do. Maybe you're feeling a little bit tired in the back. Maybe a bit achy in the shoulders. You might really feel quite active through those hip flexors, trying to keep yourself sitting tall while in our cross-legged position. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Again, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. So as always, we'll try and keep our nasal breathing from now on, just in and out through the nose. Of course, if you need to breathe through the mouth at any point, please do. But it's just a great focus. Keeps that mind present on the breath. Helps to keep the thoughts a little quieter. So we inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. We inhale. And we exhale. One more breath this time. We draw the shoulders up to the ears again. As we exhale, we roll them back and down. We inhale to roll up. And exhale, roll back. Inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, roll them down. Keep your eyes closed if you want to. We inhale, reaching the arms up. And as we exhale, we're taking the left hand over to the right knee, right hand comes behind, and we twist around, taking the gaze, looking over that right shoulder. Nice twist through the core, round through the neck as well, trying to sit tall while we're here. And we'll take a couple breaths here. On every exhale, we twist a little bit more. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good, and we inhale, come back to center, arms reach up. And we exhale, go for the other side. Right hand, left knee, left hand comes behind. We draw the shoulder blades down and we look over that left shoulder. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale to deepen the twist. So drawing in through that core. Awesome. Inhale, reaching the arms up one more time. Then exhale, walking those hands forwards. We're going to come over the knees. And just roll over, coming into our tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to bring a little bit of movement into those wrists, waking them up. And pushing back through those hips as well. Awesome. Bringing yourself back to that neutral tabletop position. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up nice and high. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring the hand to our temple. Now take an inhale, roll the shoulder back even more. Take the gaze up to the ceiling. And as we exhale, we draw the right elbow towards our left wrist. Inhale to open up again. Exhale, elbow to wrist. Inhale, keep those glutes strong. Exhale, elbow to wrist. One more time. Open up, try and stack the shoulders, the wrists, the elbows on top of each other. And then we lengthen through the arm, reach up with that right hand, and we exhale, thread the needle through so that right hand comes underneath that left armpit. We bring the right shoulder down towards the floor. You can stay here, or we can reach those left fingertips up towards the top of the mat. Or we can bring that left hand round to come behind the lower back and bind with the top of that right thigh. And you'll really find here you can open up through that left shoulder, maybe taking your gaze up to the ceiling as well. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Awesome. Release that arm, reaching up to the ceiling. Inhale. And then we exhale, plant the hand down under the shoulder. Inhale, right arm reaches high. And we exhale, return to center. Just checking with those knees, make sure they are under the hips. Inhale, left arm peels up this time. And we exhale, bring that hand to temple. So same again. Inhale, open up. Exhale, left elbow, right wrist. Inhale to open. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Then we straighten through that left arm, reaching up, gazing up. Inhale. Exhale, left arm threads through. Right arm can reach up towards that ceiling, or we can take that bind with the top of the left hip. Good, wherever you are, we want to think about opening up through that right shoulder, trying to stack the shoulders on top of each other, maybe taking that gaze up to the ceiling as before. One more breath here. Awesome, right arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, hand plants under the shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches up, we reach up again. And exhale, bring that hand down to our tabletop. Take those knees nice and wide. Sit back on the heels, child's pose. Walking those hands forwards, bring the forehead, down onto the floor. We're going to take a few breaths here. Now I know I said we were going to do hamstrings, and I've started with us opening up through the chest, but if you have closed off in the chest and in the front of your body, naturally it closes off the front of the body and everything aligns, everything is impactful. So you want to open up the front of the chest, open up the posture, and in that helps us to open up through the hips as well. Awesome. So you can inhale, let's come to tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and we'll make our way to downward dog. So hips push up and back. We push the hands down into the floor. Maybe we're walking out those heels, loosen out the calves, the backs of the legs. Maybe we're bouncing out the shoulders. Whatever movement you feel good doing right now, just do it. Even if that's child's pose, if you want to stay in child's pose for a little bit longer. Remember that is always there to come to if you need. Good, take a deep breath in, look between the hands, and we're just going to walk the feet to the top of the mat. Come to our forward fold position. Arms and head hang heavy. Maybe take a sway side to side. We can hold onto the elbows. Good. Inhale to roll up through the spine. Reach the arms up. And exhale, hands come to prayer. Draw those shoulder blades down, reset. Inhale, arms reach. As we exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, so bending into the elbows. Slight back bend as we forward fold down. Inhale to your flat back, hands come to the base of those knees. Draw the shoulder blades back. Exhale, bend and fold. We inhale, roll up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, arms reach. This time as we exhale, we cactus the arms, slight back bend, interlinking the hands behind the back. We'd roll the shoulder blades back and pull the hands away. Trying to keep the hands off the glutes, engage the core, engage those glutes as well to protect the lower back. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold down, keeping the arms where they are so they can nice and high, staying interlinked behind the back. See if you can get your forehead as close to your shins as you can, as your hands as close to the front of the mat as possible. Holding here, we inhale and exhale. One more breath. And exhale, release the hands as slowly as you can. Make sure we're not slingshotting them down. Plant the hands down, and we're going to step back to a high plank position. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, we push back, downward dog. Inhale to lift the leg nice and high. And then I want you to bend into the knee, and we're going to draw some circles. Nice big circles with that left knee. Still pushing the shoulders back towards the feet. We're going to get 2 more. Good, and then change direction. Making sure we're not sinking out into that right glute too much. And 1 more. Good, and stay bending into the knee, open up the hip. That left foot comes over towards the right hand side. Still push back from the shoulders towards the feet. Inhaling here. Exhale, square off through the hips. The knee comes through between the hands and we plant that foot down. Coming towards in between those hands. Scoot yourself forward if you need. Drop that back knee down. Now, as I said, I want to make sure that front foot is directly below the knee, so we've got that nice, steady support for us. Inhale, open up through the chest. And we're going to bring the left hand inside that left knee. So walk that left foot a little bit closer to the outside of the mat. We're in a nice low lizard lunge here. Take a breath, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. Inhale. As we exhale, we walk the hands forwards, deepening into that lizard lunge. Really trying to almost bring that right hip down towards the floor a little bit more and really deepen into that left hip. So this is where cushions, blocks can come handy. We can bring the forearms down a little lower. Maybe you can bring your forearms onto the floor. See what feels good. Good, you can play around as well. You see here I'm just scooting that right knee back a little bit more. We're going to stay here for 5 slow, deep breaths. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the nose. We inhale, keep going with this in your own time. And one more breath. Awesome, wherever you are, you can put that block off to the side, that cushion to the side. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And you might find it a little bit more comfortable here now. So you can stay here if you want to, otherwise we're going to tuck the right toes under. We're going to bring a little bit of movement into our lizard. So we're going to straighten out into that right leg, lifting the knee off, and then we're going to bring that knee back down. Exhale as we straighten and lift. Inhale as we come down. Exhale, inhale. We'll go for 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Hold there. Good, drawing in through the core. Now, if you want to get a little bit deeper again, we can walk those hands forwards. We hold for 3, 2, straighten into that right quad for 1. Awesome, drop the knee down. Walk those hands back. I'm going to lift the chest up. You can bring your left hand onto your knee to help you push up if you need. It can sometimes feel a little bit funky coming out of the hips when we've been in a really deep hip posture. Nice, now we're going to just square off into those knees. So we've got a nice right angle on the front leg, right angle on that back leg. Tuck the hips under, so you'll feel that activation into our hip flexor here. Inhale, reach the arms up. And we're going to bring that right arm down, just reaching, resting on our thigh. Twist the body slightly away from that left leg, sorry. And then stay here if you're good, or if you want to, we can take a slight back bend, just reaching that hand down that right hip. Now naturally we can want to push the hips forwards. We don't want to be doing that right now, and keep the hips tucked under and keep those legs at 90-90. Take the gaze up if you feel good. We inhale and we exhale. Inhale and exhale. Awesome work. Okay, engage that core. We come back to center. Straightening into that left leg, we'll give our hips a little bit of a break and coming to a nice forward fold. The nose comes in line with those left toes. We can walk the hands down the leg, maybe coming to the floor, melting over that left leg. Tuck that right hip back underneath you. Pull those toes back. One more breath here. Good, bending into that left leg. We come back, bring our hands underneath the shoulders. We come back into that lizard lunge, lift that back knee off. And this time we step that left foot to meet the right, coming into our high plank. Inhale here, drop the knees if you need. We exhale, but squeeze the elbows in, bring ourselves all the way down to the floor. Roll the shoulders back. We inhale to a baby cobra, maybe a cobra if you feel like you want to straighten out into those arms and your lower back feels ready. Inhale. And we exhale, tuck the toes under, push back, squeeze the core, downward dog. Awesome. Inhale, that right leg lifts. Bend the knee, we'll draw those circles again. Nice big circles with that right knee. Still pushing the shoulders back. And one more. Great, other side. Other direction, sorry. You might find your hips are a little bit clicky, that's okay. Yeah, now bending into that leg again, we open up the hip. Right foot comes over to that left-hand side. Inhale here. Square off through the hips. Exhale, knee comes through. Plant that foot down. Good, drop that back knee down. Just get yourself into that nice solid positioning with that knee. Hands come down, we're going to bring that right hand inside that right foot. So just toe heel that foot a little bit further to the outside of the mat. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, hands can walk forwards. Good, bring that block in if you did on the other side. Now you might find you're a bit stiffer on one side than the other. This one's a bit easier for me. And that can just be a sign that you are a bit stiffer on one side. Something to always come back to and acknowledge when you stretch. Good, so we're going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Maybe we walk that left knee back a little bit more. Maybe take that block off and just come forearms down to the floor. Deep breaths. Great, walk those hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck the left toes under, open up through the chest. We inhale, and we exhale, straighten into that right leg, and then knee comes back down. Good, exhale as we extend, inhale as we tap that knee to the floor. Keep that chest open. One more. We hold, maybe walking those hands forwards for another moment. Good, bring that knee down. Bringing that chest up, maybe helping yourself with that hand on that right knee. We're going to come into our nice 90-90 with the legs. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the hips under. So we've got that nice straight line from our shoulders to our left knee. Inhale, arms reach up. We bring that left arm down to reach for the back of that left leg. As we exhale, we reach and open. Engage the core. Remember, we're not pushing those hips forwards just yet. Engage the glutes. Still keeping that hip tucked under. One more breath here. Awesome work. Bringing yourself back down, straighten into that right leg. Inhale. And we exhale, fold over that leg. Give the hips a little break. Good, hands can walk forwards. Still pulling those toes back. One more breath here. Great, bring yourself back to our lizard lunge. Hands on the inside of that right leg. Lifting that left knee off, we push the hands down, right foot steps to meet the left. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the chest down to the floor. We inhale for our back bend, maybe just baby cobra, maybe straightening to the arms for cobra. Inhale here, crown of the head pulls up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, push back, downward dog. Awesome. Okay, we walk the feet to the top of the mat. Bring yourself into a nice forward fold. Take a breath here. Soft bend in those knees. We inhale to roll up. Reach up. And exhale, hands come to prayer. Good, hold yourself here. Take a moment of stillness. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend and fold down. Inhale to your flat back, hands come to those knees, open up through the chest. Exhale, fold down, plant the hands. We step our left foot back, coming into our nice runner's lunge, keeping the chest open. Inhale, fingertips come light, we reach the hands up, rising into our crescent lunge. And we're going to hold here for a moment. So the arms can stay lifted like we're holding a nice beach ball, or if you want to, you can bring your hands to the chest. Another option we have, we can interlink the hands, trying not to wobble. Good job, I've got that wall here. Trying to interlink the hands behind the back and drawing those hands back. Now, if you are feeling a little bit wobbly, just check in with your feet. Make sure we're stood on some train tracks. We're not on that tightrope. And maybe we just deepen a little bit with every breath. Straightening into that back leg. Keep that left quad squeezing. Inhale here. If your arms are reaching up, bring them down behind your back. You're going to join me with your hands interlinked behind your back. The left foot flattens. So we're coming into our warrior stance, still pushing those right knees out. We inhale. And we exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Good, so the hands come nice and high again, but we're coming on the inside of that right hip. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Engage the core. Imagine someone's pulling your hands and they're going to draw your body up to standing. Release the hands nice and softly. Right forearm comes onto our right leg as we lift that left fingertips up to bring the bicep close to the ear. And we're in our nice extended side angle. Option to bring the right fingertips down towards the floor here. Inhaling here. And exhale. Open up with that left shoulder. Inhale. And we exhale. Stay strong in that core. Inhale, open up through warrior two. Arms come through horizontal. We come straight back to our reverse warrior. So the left arm reaches down the back of the leg. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Inhale here. And we exhale to stay. Maybe deepen into those hips a tiny bit more if you can. You're going to bring the arms back to warrior two. This time we straighten into that right leg. We'll bring the arms down by our side. I'm just going to turn around so I can look at you. And then we're just going to bring our feet. So the feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Now hands can be just resting on the thighs. Hands can be a prayer, wherever you like to have them. Roll the shoulders back, we inhale. And we exhale, come into our nice horse pose or our goddess pose. Trying to push the knees out so we'll feel the engagement in the glutes. We open at the chest, inhale. And we exhale, deepen. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath, hands can come onto those knees. We can push those knees out a little bit more if you need. And exhale. Awesome work. We're just going to stand tall from here, straightening into those legs. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, coming into a flat back, reach forward. And then we fold ourselves down. Making sure, just adjusting into the feet. Then we potentially bring the toes pointing slightly inwards if you're that little bit wider. We can hold onto those elbows, let the body hang heavy, or we can hold onto maybe the calves, the ankles, and help to pull the crown of the head down. Yeah, bring the hands back under the shoulders, and we bring those hands onto the hips, and we rise with a flat back. I'm just going to step yourself to the front of the mat. Take a breath here, roll the shoulders back, arms come into mountain pose with those palms facing forwards. Inhale, arms reach. We exhale, bend and fold down. Inhale to your flat back. And exhale, fold. Hands plant this time, we step that right foot back. Keeping that right knee lifted, so we're in a nice runner's lunge. If you found you were wobbly last time, just take those feet a little bit wider here. We come lighter on the fingertips, arms reach back. We inhale to reach high, crescent lunge. And we're going to stay here like before. Options to bring the hands to prayer. Options to interlink the hands behind the back. Then lift those hands nice and high. Maybe we're deepening into those hips with every breath. Feel those hip flexors opening up as you breathe space. Yeah, now if those arms are reached up or at prayer, bring them to interlink behind the back, lift those hands high as we rotate to flatten our right foot on the floor, maybe shortening the stance if you need. Inhale to lift the crown of the head up. Exhale, humble warrior, we fold inside that left leg. Nice and really bending into that left knee still here. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands down. Bring those hands back together. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Now imagine we're drawing that chest up. We come back to standing. Release the hands nice and softly and we bring our left forearm onto that left thigh. Right arm reaches up, extend a side angle. Think nice and strong through the legs, nice and strong in that body. You might be feeling a little bit shaky, but just stick with me here. Roll that right shoulder back and away. Option to bring those right fingertips down. Inhale here. And exhale. We inhale. And we exhale. Awesome. So engage through the core. We inhale to windmill the arms through our warrior two. And we exhale, reverse warrior. Left fingertips reach up. Right arm is reaching down the back of that leg. Good. Holding here for a breath. We inhale. Exhale, come back through warrior two. Arms nice and flat with the floor. Left leg straightens, arms come down. Same again, so we're going to rotate those feet so we're coming nice and parallel to the side of the mat. This time I might have those feet a little bit wider though, completely up to you here. Inhale to roll the shoulders back, hands are resting on the thighs this time as we drop into our goddess pose. So I'm not sinking into my shoulders here, we want to be nice and active, pushing the hands down, pushing in through the core. Now we inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to bring the right shoulder to the inner thigh, towards the inner thigh. And roll that left shoulder back. So my right hand is pushing the knee away while my left hand is pulling the knee out. Maybe we're looking up to the left. Here we inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Reset those shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, left shoulder comes to the center. Right shoulder looks back. I think this is one of my favorite postures in yoga. We're really opening up through the inner thighs. Holding here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, come to center. Good, stand tall, straighten into those legs. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, we forward fold and come back into a nice wide forward fold. So if you felt like you wanted a little bit more in those hamstrings last time, we can scoot those feet out a bit wider. But if you are going wider, again, make sure those toes are trying to be slightly in from those heels. Maybe you can bring those forearms down onto the floor, or we can just be reaching, walking the hands forwards, or maybe reaching them back. Good. Bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders, toe heel those feet to come back to our normal goddess, our normal sumo width. Hands come onto those hips. We inhale, rise up with a flat back. Roll the shoulder blades back. And again, we step ourselves back to the front. Inhale, arms reach. We exhale, bend and fold. We're just going to take a sun salutation to reset. So inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold down, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale through the core, drop knees if you need. Exhale, chaturanga. We come to a hovering plank. Inhale for your back bend. Maybe cobra. Maybe this time we push through the tops of the feet for the upward dog. Inhale here. And exhale, downward dog. Awesome. Hold here for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Drop those knees to the floor. Nice and wide, feet together. Take child's pose. Walk the hands back to come up to seated. And we're just going to swing our legs around in front of us. So we're going to start with the right leg out straight. And we're going to bring that left leg tucked in to our side. So the knees are together or quite close. And that foot is, I'll just show you on this side so you can see. I've got the toes tucked in at the side. And if you need to, you can just move your calf out the way. I'm going to think about opening up through the chest. I'm going to walk the hands back. Maybe you can come onto your forearms. If you've got a load of cushions and you want to bring them under your back here so you can relax a little bit more, please do. Maybe we can come all the way down. If you want to go a little bit deeper again, we can flatten that right foot on the floor. Maybe we can hug that right knee into the chest. But the aim of the game here is while you're in your stretch, we want to push that left knee down into the floor. So if your knee is lifting, come back out, come back a stage. So squeeze that left glute, so pushing the knee down. You should be really feeling this through your left hip flexor and your left quad. Keep the shoulders back. Awesome. Wherever you are, we stay for one more breath. Good. And I'm just going to bring yourself back up to our neutral position. Back up to seated. And we'll change legs. That right leg comes back this time. Straightening out through the left, making sure the foot's nice and close into the body. And roll the shoulders back. Good, right knee pushes down, right glute squeezes. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Awesome, wherever you are. Again, we come back up to our seated position. Now we're going to come into a butterfly pose. Bottoms of the feet together. I'm going to push the knees out. So you'll get into your hips, into your groin. Think about sitting tall, and we can push the knees down with the elbows, holding onto the ankles here, though not the toes. We're not pulling the toes up. Just if you need to scoot yourself around a bit just to get comfortable so you can get in deeper, please do. I want to think about folding the body down, bringing the chest towards the feet. One more breath. Good. So bring the chest up. I'm going to keep the legs where they are. If you want to, you can bring the feet a little bit further away from the body. And we're just going to come onto our backs. Lying on our backs. If you want to, you can rest your hands on your inner thighs just to add a tiny bit of weight onto the legs. Bring the feet closer to your bum if you want this to be more intense. But think about flattening the lower back on the floor. Close your eyes, roll the shoulders back. And we come to that nice breath from the start. So an active inhale through the nose. And an active exhale through the nose. And we can hold a lot of tension in our hips, even though we might not notice. Often at times we think we're relaxed, but actually the body hasn't quite let go. So it's great to sit in postures like this for an extended period of time. Let the body feel safe and then it relaxes and releases. Now with it being the 1st of September, this is a great time as we come into a new month, but also starting to come between the seasons. I want you to think of one thing that you'd like to gain from September. Maybe something you want to sign up to, something you've been promising yourself that you would do that you haven't done for a while. Maybe it's a way that you want to feel coming out of the month. How can you help yourself get there? And if you want to straighten your legs at any point, you can. We'll rejoin for 3 more breaths. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. We breathe in. And we release, exhale. One more breath, deep breath in. And exhale. Now if you're still in a nice deep stretch for the inner hips, inner thighs, You can bring your hands onto the outer thighs and just help the knees come up. Might be a little bit uncomfortable after being there for a short while. Hug the knees into the chest, take a rock side to side. And then when you feel ready, you can roll onto your side. And just bring yourself up to a comfy position. Thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're feeling much looser through your hips now. Enjoy the rest of your days.